Hi there, it's Donna from redcarpetlearning.com, and today I am going to talk to you about how leadership development can significantly impact your employee retention. Before we do, if you find value in these videos, please hit like, comment below. It helps us with the algorithm, and subscribe so that you will always get to see our videos. So, how does leadership development impact employee retention? Well, because a lot of times it's what the people in leadership positions are doing that impacts the way employees are feeling about your organization and helping them make decisions about whether to stay or to go. I mean, the statistics are still true that somebody's immediate supervisor is one of the, and the relationships with their immediate supervisor is one of the top factors in that decision to stay or leave an organization. So, what are some of the things that your leaders need to know? So I want to tell you a really cool piece of news that we just found out, which is that one of our clients that we did leadership development with just reported that their turnover went down by about 25%. Now, there's a lot of factors in there, but when I asked the question, do you think that the work that we did together impacted those numbers? They said, absolutely yes. That was the goal of the leadership development that we did, and we met that goal. And so really excited about that. And let me just tell you a little bit about what we taught them. So we started with mindset. We talked a little about generations in the workplace, but really we needed to move people's minds from nobody wants to work anymore, for instance, to they just want to work differently. And so that's a very important thing. We can't just go right into the solution. First, we have to be able to look at different perspectives. Then we actually went into some emotional intelligence. We started with mindset, and then we got into emotions, and then we got into hard strategies. So we talked about having those difficult conversations. We did a session on building relationships with your team members. We did a session on employee selection, not just hiring every warm body, but really paying attention to the employees that you are bringing in, because every employee that you bring in either adds or subtracts to your organizational culture. It makes it better or worse. And then finally, we talked about team member onboarding as well, how to effectively onboard team members. And I think we did these in 6 different modules. I think that's important because people take time. They learn in chunks, and it takes time for people to assess, really think about the information that they're learning, and then put it into practice. And I even, with this particular client, I even saw that in real time, because there was a time at the end of every session, we said, what are you going to do with this material? And I remember particularly one group where a couple of the people, the top leaders in the group, were saying, I don't think we're really going to do anything with this. We're not really going to change anything, but here's what we are going to do. And then we came back, and I did the next session the next month, and I got an email from that particular leader who said that thing and said, you were right. You are really helping us, and I want you to know that now that I've had time to digest this, we are going to put this into practice, and I really am appreciative of you sharing that information. So why am I telling you all that? Regardless, of course, we'd always love for you to use us for supervisory skills or leadership skills, but regardless of whether you use us, you use somebody else, you do it on your own, I think the core message I want to get across is that by not developing your supervisors, by not developing your leadership, you may be negatively impacting your employee retention. And if you start to direct time, resources, and attention to developing the skills of the people in leadership positions across the board, supervisors, middle management, top management, across the board, that is going to pay off in terms of employee engagement and employee retention. So, what are you going to do today to focus on developing the skills of the people who lead your people? Comment below and let me know.